Hi y'all. This morning we're going to be starting the Heirloom Rose cutting garden and I have the cut flower space behind me here. There's still some work to do in the space, some mulch to put down or some wood chips to put down over these tarps. I was letting it kill off the grass a little longer before I completely fill it. But that side where I was going to plant the roses is ready to go. So all of my roses from 𝗣𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗢 arrived today. As you know, I'm a brand ambassador for Heirloom Roses this year, and you can get 20% off roses all year long. There's a link in the description of all of my videos, if you're looking for it, that I've done this year, that'll take you directly to Heirloom Roses website and apply 20% off your cart for the roses. So you don't have to worry about any coupon codes or anything. So that link is new and now available on all of the video descriptions for your convenience. This, if you order roses from Heirloom Roses, this is how they arrive. You may notice this little dowel in the center here. They come with plastic wrapped over the container, which prevents the soil from falling out, and the dowel is perfectly fitted to the top and bottom of the box. So in the event your delivery person dumps your box upside down like mine did, the roses will still be safe and secure in the box and the soil won't fall out. So your roses from 𝗣𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗢 also arrive pretty bare. And the reason is, as you and I know, when you order things online, sometimes the foliage in transit, depending on how long it takes in transit from where it's shipped, can look pretty rough. So they strip all the foliage, but it only takes a few days. These arrived Wednesday starting this week, and you can see it's already pushing new leaves. All of Heirloom Roses are also on root roses, which means they're cut and stuck and grow on their own roots rather than being grafted, which is really great for climates like ours in Southwest Ohio where it gets pretty cold. Sometimes you can have issues with the root stock making shoots from the bottom of the rose, which is not the same type of variety on the top on grafted roses. So with on root roses, you're guaranteed that if the top dies down during winter, you'll get the same rose come back, and you're guaranteed to not get any weird offshoots that are a different variety of rose from the rootstock. This rose specifically is 𝗍𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗢, which I grew at the last garden, and it is extremely vigorous. Gets much bigger than you may think it will really quickly. So I'm going to be planting it on the end. Let's walk you through and show you what I'm going to be using and how I have these spaced. So I had originally selected 9 roses for this cut flower garden. 2 of them did not come. Heirloom Roses keeps their quality really high, and in my case, 2 Honey Dijon and Oklahoma, the quality was not good enough that they would ship them out. So if you had that happen to you, I really respect that decision, because you and I have probably both ordered things online that were not ready to be shipped out to the consumer, and the company shipped them anyway. I've had that happen with the Carolina Sweetheart Redbud that I ordered one time. It was not fully rooted into the container and it died. So I really respect Heirloom Roses' decisions to be like, no, we're not going to send you these. They're not ready. They're not up to our quality standards. They may become available later and you can order them. If there's a rose that you want, but it currently says out of stock, Heirloom Roses, from my understanding, has 3 kind of growing phases. So they set all their cuttings where they'll come to maturity in 3 sets throughout the year. They're done with the first set pretty much. The second set is coming up soon, and the third set is late May, early June from my understanding. So if something says out of stock right now, it might come in stock in the next couple weeks, or it'll be available closer or later into the summer. So this is how I've spaced out the roses. We have 𝗍𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗢 on the end because it is so vigorous, and I have them spaced tallest to shortest based on the description of their height online. That's because this bed is south facing that way, north facing this way. I want the roses on the end to not block the light from the tallest ones back here, so they'll still get light and they won't be blocking any of the ones this time. It's pretty early in the morning. It's just after 10 o'clock right now, but this area has been in full sun for a good couple of hours, so you can see why I planted in this location. It's going to get a lot of sun until the very evening, and then it'll be protected by this tree line here, which is good because I can come out here in the afternoons after work and work in the cut flower garden if I need to. So because I was not able to get 2 of the roses, I did have them substitute 1 for the cut flower garden, so we have a total of 7. I'll go over them real quickly. 𝗍𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗢 I already mentioned right here. This one is all dressed up, which is a pink rose. We have Sunbelt South Africa, which is a yellow orangey rose, leans a little more yellow than the Lady of Shalott. This is Parfume Madame Anisette, which is a really beautiful, like whitish pink frilly rose that's great for bouquets. And this one is Coco Loco, which I'm really excited about growing. It's a really interesting, I don't even know how to explain the color. It's kind of brownish, kind of purplish, kind of mauvish. I don't know. It's a really unique color, and I'm really excited to be growing it this year. I've heard that it might grow a little slowly initially, but it'll take off in a year or so. It just has to take a little bit of time to settle in. Each rose has its own personality. This is Apricots and Cream, which I substituted 𝗣𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗏 for. So you can see this one seems to be pretty vigorous. It's already put on quite a bit of growth since it came in, and it's looking really nice. And this one is Plum Perfect, which is a purple rose, and it is pretty short. 3 by 3, I think, is the dimensions. And once again, if you let it, it'll probably get a little taller depending on how you prune it, and wider. But I've spaced them 5 foot apart, so there'll be plenty of room to get around them and trim them if I need to. And then I left this gap here. So I wasn't originally going to do this, and over winter I was kind of thinking about it. And then since I have fewer roses, I did it. I left this gap to get in and out. So if I need to bring like my Gorilla cart or something in right there, I can bring it into the cut flower space here, spread a little more wood chips, whatever I need to do. There is a little bit of weeds popping up here and there, but nothing significant. So the tarp worked really well. I think the mulch and stuff's just a little thin right here where they're popping up. So those will be easy to deal with. So I'm just going to get started. I've got these roughly in a straight line. It's not super perfect, but I'll straighten it out as I go down there. And I'll be getting these in the ground fairly quickly, I think. I don't think it'll be a big project, but I'm going to set the camera down and let you watch how long it takes. So that took approximately 6 minutes, so not that long, right? The auger makes that super easy to do. I want to show you the holes right now, so what they look like as I'm planting the plant. So got the aged cow manure in there with a good, fully seasoned bone meal, and you can mix that up with your hands and then pull it out a little bit for the rows to mix it in with the existing soil there. And then, let me set the camera down. Then you just pull out the rows nicely, set it in there, and then mix in the existing soil. And after I get all of these planted, I'm going to cover them with mint compost. And I am done with this project. I'm excited to see how much these grow this year. I know, as I mentioned, that Lady of Shalott is super vigorous, so I'm hoping it'll put on a lot of growth this year, and we'll see which one blooms first. We should get some blooms here We usually get them starting at the end of May. Really depends on the rose variety which one blooms soonest, but let's have a little contest and see which one of these 7 bloom first. We've not had any rain in several days. I think it had been maybe close to a week at this point. And as I was digging, I noticed that the soil there in the cut flower garden was still really moist, which is excellent. So excited for that. The temperatures have been kind of moderate this week. As it gets hotter, those wood chips will definitely help retain water. But I am going to be getting drip onto the cut flower garden at some point, hopefully in the next few weeks. Weather has not cooperated to allow me to get out here and do all the digging for the irrigation, and it's warming up, so I need to get that project accomplished quickly. Thank you guys for joining me in today's little video starting the cut flower garden. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, there's a link to Heirloom Roses website below that'll give you 20% off the roses in your cart for the rest of the year. Thanks for joining, guys, and remember, be a light. Take care.